Trap money, penny.
From the creators of Relevant Magazine, this is the Relevant Podcast.
Gotta be real with it. Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me. Cause I want you, and I need you. And I'm down for you always, KB. Do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me. Cause I want you, and I need you. And I'm down for you always.
It's Friday, July 20th, 2018, and it's the Relevant Podcast. I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and here with me in our Orlando studios, Eddie Big Hat Koffolds.
Yes, nice to see you.
Over there on the ones and twos, our illustrious producer, my brother, Chandler Strang.
Hello.
And sitting by his side, his apprentice, Mark Jackson.
Hi there.
On the Skype line from Loverland, Virginia, Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello.
And all the way from Nashville, Tennessee, author, speaker, podcaster extraordinaire, Annie F. Downs.
Good morning, gents. I feel like there was a comma between podcaster and extraordinaire, and I think I like that best.
Yeah. Extraordinaire is actually just an overarching label. It's an umbrella.
Whatever you do, you wear a shirt with doves on it, extraordinaire.
It's my bird shirt. We call it my bird
shirt. X on a blanket on a chair, bird shirt. Pictures of your friends on the wall back there.
Extraordinaire.
Extraordinaire.
Yeah. Extraordinaire, all the things. Thank you, guys.
That's who Annie F. Downs is.
Y'all are so good for my ego, my emotions, all of it.
We have a great show coming up for you today. Comedian Bo Burnham joins us. He has a new movie coming out today, I believe, called 8th Grade. We saw it at, one of our guys saw it at South by Southwest Film Festival this spring. It's a breakout. It was buzzworthy. And we're excited to have him on the show today.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I have this in the bio. It has a 99% on Rotten Tomatoes right now.
Yeah, I saw the preview when I went and saw the Mr. Rogers movie last week, and it looks so good. I can't wait to see it.
What do you think of Mr. Rogers?
Yeah. Jerk.
I thought it was really beautiful. I thought it was a great movie. I loved, my favorite part was watching him actually talk to children and seeing how kids, that's what made me the most teary, because I thought, man, 5-year-old Annie, if she'd have met Mr. Rogers, she'd have hugged him too.
Yeah.
You know?
That guy raised me. My dad traveled.
Yeah, I feel a little bit
But really,
like
my
that.
dad traveled all the time, and I rarely saw him. Mr. Rogers was it was kind of father figure.
The stable father figure.
Did you see the movie yet, Eddie?
I have not seen the movie.
Man, I gotta take that. It's gonna get me in some real hot water, and I'm
sure.
a little worried. I'm a little worried about it.
Waiting on this.
When I was a kid, I thought Mr. Rogers was the most boring show ever.
Oh, for sure you did.
When it was on, I'm like, are serious people watch this for the fun of it? This is...
There was two camps. There's the Sesame Street kids and the Mr. Rogers kids.
Yeah.
And then there's the He-Man Ninja Turtle kids.
All right, you're too old at that point.
Not me. I was watching shows with gratuitous violence at 3. So take that, Mr. Rogers.
Explains a lot.
I don't want to watch a show that involves the first 2 minutes the guys changing cardigans, okay? I've got shows where people are fighting.
One of the things they talk about in the film is how intentional Mr. Rogers was to have slow and quiet in his show. Have you seen the movie?
No, not yet. I absolutely will. I just haven't yet.
And then America's Funniest Home Videos came on, and Jesse knew his real calling in the world. It was wait
calling
a
in
second.
life, right?
This is what it's about. But you know what, Chandler, did you...
So Mr. Rogers raised you. America's Funniest Home Videos raised Jesse.
Which is exactly how you get an us.
Yeah,
That's how you get it. Chandler, did you watch Square One? I bet you did.
Oh, I watched Square One.
No, you didn't? Oh, you
What is
watched
that?
Square One?
No.
It's like a math show.
Square One. When we come home from school, I was in 6th, 7th grade.
That's
Square
right.
One was on right then.
Oh, yeah.
It was perfect. MathNet, dude.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
I wonder if it still
Yeah.
holds up. I have not seen an episode of it since I was a kid.
And Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego came on right after that.
With Rockapella doing acapella. They were great.
I love it. I have waited my entire adult life for a platform like this to request some help, because there was a show I watched in that era
Yeah, take it from
on
the top.
PBS that had talking shoe puppets. Do y'all remember this?
I don't
No
remember
one
That might be a
remembers it.
local Atlanta
shoe
station.
puppets?
Yeah, it's talking shoe,
Yeah.
and there was a boot that talked. It was all talking shoes, and I just need, if any of our listeners know what I'm talking about.
Have you
I think
ever
it's a
Googled
Canadian
it?
show.
Talking shoe puppets?
I've Googled it and I can't find anything, but I am sure of it. I can see the talking boot in my head. I'm sure of it.
I mean, are you sure it wasn't a vivid dream?
Yeah, like
Recurring.
Little Annie
No,
in her room.
I'm not sure. That's why I'm grateful for this
Was
opportunity.
What year is it? Your imaginary friends when you played in the closet and stuff?
Hey, y'all. Welcome to my show.
Hey, I'm the boot. I like country music.
Oh, hey.
I'm the sneaker. I'm athletic.
What was the plot? What was the plot?
I love y'all. I hate y'all.
hurting my feelings.
It was literally, there was always a mystery to solve. So the shoes were always they were puppet shoes. It wasn't cartoon. They were puppet shoes, and they were always mystery to solve, and they went upstairs a lot. I remember weird
It
parts
sounds
of
really creepy. This
show.
sounds a lot like, I don't know, I mean, not to go dark, but this sounds like the creepy pasta, the Candle Cove. Do you guys know that?
I didn't understand any sentence of any part of that
Creepypasta?
sentence.
Pasta is like stories, like tall tales, right?
Yeah, it's like urban urban legends for the internet era. But there's this one, a viral one that was big a few years ago called Candle Cove, where people would act like they saw this kids show that only a few people saw that involved like weird puppets, and things got really
it's
creepy
the
and scary.
Shazam
But
thing,
anyway,
right?
it basically is what you're describing, Annie. Like only a few people remember. Like you guys don't remember that? They went upstairs.
They went
kind
upstairs.
of creepy. Like that's basically the plot
God, I
of
just found it on Google.
creepypasta. Yeah.
I just found it on Google. It's called Read Along. Oh my gosh. You guys, sorry. I should have
I
Googled
love
it
that
before
the
I
mystery
talked.
has been
believe you.
solved
Hey, Annie.
by the most obvious and
believe you.
straightforward Google search.
Look at the boot
Yeah,
that talks.
neat show.
Look at the boot
Hey,
that talks.
Annie, you started this by saying, I'm so glad I have the platform
Finally, I can be on the
to
podcast."
finally in this mystery. What you mean by platform? The actual platform of Google, like the search
I
engine?
swear to y'all, I've Googled this before and couldn't find it. And I have no idea why it worked. I'm more embarrassed than any other emotion right now, but I'm also thrilled that now when we are finished, I will spend the entire weekend of July 20th through 22nd when I'm flying around reading about Read Along and catching up with my own childhood.
Somebody, Mental Floss, in the same search, there was an article, 8 forgotten kids shows sure to give you nightmares. And they posted this like 10 years ago, but they have clips, like YouTube clips of all these shows. Peppermint Park, your show is on there. The Adventures of Mark Twain, Fun with Grids, Nosy Bonk. That one looks terrifying.
Love Nosy Bonk.
Don't Put It in Your Mouth. There's a show called Don't Put It in Your Mouth. Yep.
Just
No.
poison.
The new
No, there's
Zoo
not.
Review, The Miracle of Birth episode.
Hey, I'm
Oh,
poison.
I remember the new Zoo Review. Oh, wow. Anyway.
I also love like how much we restrict. Like we're pretty careful with screen time with our kids.
Yeah.
Back in our when we were growing up, it was like, oh my gosh, this new babysitter is the best. Here, go watch whatever you want. Did your parents restrict screen time?
Oh, of course. I had 1 hour a day of TV time. I could earn more, but I mean, if I got in trouble, TV restriction was like the worst punishment. You can spank me all day long. I don't care.
I could do whatever I wanted.
Only an hour a day?
Or maybe it was 2 hours during summer, but yeah, I mean, I could watch Webster and that's about it. And it was bedtime.
We weren't allowed. We didn't turn the TV on in our house Monday through Thursday.
What? I
Me
had
too.
unfettered access. How do you think I have all of this useless pop culture?
Right now, like I'll turn the TV on at 6 o'clock and go to bed at 2, and TV's been on the entire time. I mean, I'll watch 8 hours every night of TV. My parents knew that I would sit there and watch TV all the time, so they had to restrict it.
It's the best.
It's the best.
TV rules so hard.
Yeah. It is
100%.
still Cameron's favorite babysitter.
Hey, before we move the show along, we have a little bit of housekeeping news.
Yes.
Eddie's moving.
I'm moving, you guys. Yes, I am. So here's the thing. Oh, all of a sudden, Annie, you sounded sad. I felt like this would be finally a joyous occasion. So here's the thing. I have
for
to
me.
step away from being full-time cast member on the show, which you may have noticed lately. You're like, hey.
So what's different?
Yeah, that guy hasn't been here. Well, that's part of it. Is
Yeah,
the
yeah,
first thing
clearly.
is there's just been a lot of traveling for IJM, and I love it because I really love IJM. But the traveling is picking up quite a bit. But the main reason is, and this is the part I'm very proud of, is that Brienne, my wife, who you guys know because we've talked about her on the show, she applied to and got accepted to a really great law school at the University of Florida. Go Gators. Annie, you can save it. This isn't about football. This is about Brienne's life.
Every piece of this
So
news
we
is
found
the
out
worst.
a week ago that she got accepted to law school, and they were like, hey, can you start in the fall? And that's 3 weeks from now. So we are right in the middle of renting out a house, buying a house up in Gainesville, moving our entire life. But that does mean that I will not be here in Orlando. So for some of you, finally, who I have blocked and who have been waiting to come back to the show, welcome back. The nightmare is over. But so that's what's happening. So,
But the plan is that you'll be on the show 2 episodes a month or more.
yeah, I mean, I still have truly, I have the same setup that like Annie and Jesse have, a fancy mic and the ability to record. So it'll just be less frequent. But yeah, on the show and the new activist and all that kind of stuff, it'll just be not like, hey, every single week I'm Jesse Cameron saying he's not here again.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Just don't call him an extraordinaire when you start introducing him on Skype.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
But you're still part of the family.
Yeah,
People are
I like
still
to
going
think
to
that
hear you.
It's a less is more situation.
I'm taking the Calvin route now, which is just you don't know when. No, just Calvin Carey.
Calvin
You're
and
going to be
Hobbes?
on regularly. He was on sporadically.
He's still my favorite. You never know when the wind blows in. All of a sudden, there's Calvin saying something super weird on a microphone. Yeah, so I'll still be. So for a little while, I'll be a little bit quiet because we're going to be moving. But when mid-August hits and we're up in Gainesville, I'll be on as much as I can be. I feel like I want a good punchline for this, but I don't have a good punchline. But it will be a little bit different because I do like being on the show every week, and I've had the chair at least available for. I mean, it's been like 5 years and 300 plus shows because I was like getting a little bit nostalgic. I was like, I've done 5 years.
June 21st.
Yeah, was.
You came on during my separation.
That's right.
You were my campus pastor.
Right.
And
oh my gosh, there's a lot of
you
life.
remember that?
There's a lot of life that has happened between that moment and right now.
Wow.
So sweet. Keep
we're
going.
almost done.
Y'all are
Well,
so
he was-
sentimental.
I remember, like,
It's jokes time.
we were in a transition on the show
Yep.
in a tough season, and I remember going to a kind of social justice event at the church on a like Friday night. It was like a concert thing or whatever. And in between the segments of this fundraising event, Eddie had to interview the girl who was putting on this fundraiser, and she was super nervous and super awkward. And Eddie just, was great. He was like, he just kind of like his humor diffused the situation. He made her comfortable. He drew it out of her. And he was a great interviewer. And I had seen him obviously doing the announcements and stuff at church and all that.
And you were like,
Doing the
hold on,
announcements.
that guy can be dumb in public? Hold
Well,
on
then we
second.
went to lunch. I mean, we didn't know each other really. We just met not long before, and then we went to lunch
Sushi.
not long after that. And you talked about you were wanting to write, and you were interested in all these other things. And I was like, I need a stable, like local pastoral kind of presence on the podcast who's also funny and can hang. You want to come on our show? And he came on and just slid right in. And honestly, I don't know if anybody was listening back then, but there was a couple of episodes where Eddie pastored me through my divorce, and it was
we had
really helpful.
We had real talks. Like it was like, well, we can't not talk about some of this on the show.
Well, I
How
went
are we
on a
gonna do this?
sabbatical that fall at your prompting.
Yeah, that's right.
We got done recording a show, and it was months into my separation. And he goes, "Hey, we were done with the recording," and he goes, "Hey, when are you going on a sabbatical?" And I was like, "No, I'm not. I'm good. I'm okay. Okay, I got all the plates spinning." He goes, "No, I know. You need to go away."
Yeah.
And this was like on a Wednesday, and on Friday I started my sabbatical.
Yeah.
And that was you.
But it's been a crazy 5 years we've walked through. I mean, I don't want to get to like in memoriam here, but it's been like, there's been a lot of life that has happened in those last 5 years. Our jobs have changed. I'm not at that church, started IJM. Like it's just been it's been a busy
You've
5
had
years.
babies?
Yeah, they were like little tiny babies at the time. And now they're going to be like first and second graders in Gainesville. So it is certainly.
Does Gainesville still only have that one mall? Oak Hill Mall or
They have
something
like
like
two.
that?
They have like Oaks Mall and then another one. But
They've got to have two. Those players got to steal stuff from somewhere, Cameron.
No, that's Florida State.
Yeah. You're
The
thinking
crab
of the wrong
theft
school.
and stuff is Florida State.
You can settle down. I mean, does Georgia have a law school?
I respond to my sadness with anger and inappropriate quips.
Yeah, but
Just
we're
let
talking
it be.
about Sweet Brian going to law school. You can save it.
Yeah.
You can
Pure
stuff your
unadulterated
sarcasm in a
vitriol.
sack,
Did you hear
Adam.
him say, does Georgia even have a law school?
I don't even know. They have like
They do. They have a very law school. My parents
A
went there.
very
They
law
do.
school.
Yeah, they have the most very law school in Georgia.
Yeah, they don't practice conventional law in Georgia. They have what they call Georgia law, and it's mosely dueling and slap fighting.
Lots of chickens exchanged.
If you want to go to the University of Georgia, it's a barter system.
Yeah, it's
It's kind of like a dowry you got to give.
Yeah.
Paying moonshine.
yeah. Woo.
Y'all. Eddie, I'm going to miss you being here every week, buddy.
Oh, thanks. I will actually miss it. I was like told myself I will not get emotional, but it has been I've been a little emotional thinking about it because it's like I'll still be in. I'm glad that I'm not like moving gone for good. Like, I'm just glad that I'll still get to have a touch point, because the best part is like what's coming up later in the show, which is like the listener of the week and all that kind of stuff. You're like, we've had like great conversations with really cool people throughout the years on.
Now think about it. You can save stuff up for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And then when you come on, spotlight's on you.
Well, that's going to be
the Eddie
And
episode.
actually, Eddie, we're transitioning you to a listener of the week. I'm sorry to tell you. I thought they were going to tell you, but I'm going to tell you.
I would be the most uninteresting listener of the week.
Yeah, we need 3 interesting facts from you.
What would your 3 interesting facts be?
Was on a very, very popular podcast and threw it away. Host another very
can I name one, Eddie, that you own like 10 versions of the same shirt?
I do wear the same shirt all the time.
But that isn't, that was a conscious decision that you made recently to get rid of all your shirts and just buy 2 shirts and buy 9 copies of each shirt.
Yeah. So I don't know that it's like a very interesting fact. I mean, I'd say generally it has to do with I actually love Chandler, things like that. Those are my facts.
I still love the fact that the first time, because Eddie's done some interviews for the show over the years, and one of his big heroes was N.T. Wright. And for some reason, when they first got on the phone, Eddie introduced himself as Edward, something that no one calls him. And in Eddie's nervousness, he said, "Call me Edward."
And that was it. And it was just like a weird, like I've never done that in my life.
N.T. Wright says, "Call me Tom." And you say, "Call me Edward."
I wasn't trying to be funny. I was just really nervous. Very, very nervous. But I will say all of the goodwill of my entrance and our lovely conversation on the show ended when I hit my first snag, which was, do you remember my first big snafu?
No.
Chilean miners. That was when I realized, I see, people are listening.
Oh, yeah.
Because I made the point that
Eddie came out.
I made the point that was brilliant, that the Chilean miners were not heroes. They were simply guys that got stuck in their job. Right? It's almost a perfect, right? It's like, if you're working today, Annie, we've talked about this, and Jesse agrees 100%. If you're working today and you accidentally lock yourself in your closet and you can't get out, are you a hero? Or are you just a lady who just locked herself in her work?
Oh, don't call me a lady for starters.
Call you a woman?
Yeah, here we go, Eddie. We're not going to go down this path again.
who locked myself in my office. There's nothing heroic about me keeping myself alive in a room where I go to work every day.
That was the first time I really, really messed it up. And then it was all downhill.
All right, well, moving the show along, it is time for
Slices.
What do you have, Jesse?
Okay, I saw this headline, and so
here's the
deal. We just came out of World Cup.
A World Cup?
Tried.
Yay, come on,
I couldn't get into
Who
it.
won? Are they still playing?
No.
Can Twitter?
I couldn't do it.
Jesse.
I couldn't do it.
Twitter talk about anything besides
I don't care.
You're like, got it.
I was
France won. Did you see France winning the World Cup? Our old friend, podcast friend, Joy Eggerich used the French people celebrating in the streets as a way to announce her pregnancy.
She is perfect.
Yeah.
She is so fun. She is.
Yeah.
She's rocking it.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for her.
Watching their life in Paris is she's probably my favorite Insta story follow right now, because she does such a fun job of showing her life in Paris.
Knowing her and how fun and funny she is, I bet she has given up on trying to speak French and is just living her life as a fully English-speaking American and just loving it.
Probably.
Doesn't just feel like she's just crazy enough to not worry about that.
Yeah. She figured out how to get around the subway. She knows how to order things, and she's good.
Right. She's always going to be
She can go to the market. She knows how to buy the cheese, and she's done.
That's right.
She doesn't need anything else. Right?
Well, all I'd say is I tried to get into the World Cup. It's bad enough it's a tournament of soccer, much less France winning. We still eat freedom fries in this house. I'll tell you that.
98 rounds to find out a country that we don't even acknowledge won. Got it.
Baguettes. I love France.
And then there was this whole royal wedding thing, and it seems to have enraptured the world's attention. And I thought, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe like English events are things that I need to give a chance. Obviously, the whole world loves this stuff. Maybe it's just me. Then I ran across this headline and I realized it just solidified my disdain. It solidified my disdain. Here's the headline. Okay. This is not The Onion. This is on Reuters, an international news service that is credible. Okay. They employ journalists around the world. This is the story. Queen Elizabeth owns how many swans? Annual count gets underway. So I'm going to read 2 paragraphs. Okay, it's an 800-year-old tradition of counting the swans owned by Britain's Queen Elizabeth. I'm justified in all my feelings about English stuff.
No,
okay,
you're not.
here's the actual 2 paragraphs. The upping it's called it's called the swan upping, which sounds like the worst 800-year-old tradition possibly imaginable. The upping sees 3 teams, one representing the Queen, the others representing the Old Trade Association of the Vintners and the Dyers. But they patrol the River Thames in the south of England for 5 days to capture, tag, release any families of swans with young. The upping dates back to the 12th century when the English crown first claimed ownership of all mute swans, then considered them a delicacy that would be served at royal banquets. What is this? What is this? I am right about World Cup. I am right about the royal wedding. This is like a fun thing they do. This is a parody of what I think about England. Like the big national event that's making international headlines is a swan counting, counting the Queen's swans.
Don't you feel like I feel like
absurd.
with England, it was like England was version 1, and everybody figured out like, okay, well that was a very boring version. Let's make America. Let's go ahead and sail out there. Like, there's nothing wrong with England, but it's like the first iPhone couldn't even check email, and it was like, oh, cool, I get it. Like, it's an electronic phone, and then you're like, oh, let's stop with haggis. Let's
you can
make
touch
a steak.
the screen. Yeah.
Let's not do like swan hunting anymore. Let's go ahead and have baseball, right? Like, let's do something very cool.
Haggis is not English, by the way.
Exactly. Why? Okay, I looked at the pictures.
What is it? I mean, it's all the same.
Yeah, I don't care. You know, the staple,
Yeah.
the staple of the diet is cod and vinegar over there. Okay,
Mary Poppins, Mrs. Doubtfire.
We figured out a better thing. So, like, while thank you. For,
Yes,
they
that's
were
exactly
beta.
right. That's
We
exactly
are the
right.
rollout. Is what you're saying. Okay, I was looking. They were wearing like insane blazers and neckties to go count swans as this national sporting event. Meanwhile, last night I'm watching Bryce Harper wear a Rambo bandana knocking baseballs out of a stadium. We figured it out. Eddie, you're right. That was the beta test. Swan counting's no fun. Watching a dude with an American flag bat
someone
hit.
got paid to count swans.
Mute ones,
That's
nonetheless,
incredible.
that the Queen would eat.
Yeah, how do they make them mute? They just
Mute
take their
swans. What
voice
is
boxes
it?
out?
And it's a fun. I don't know, but this is.
They take
But
away
this
their
is
choice.
a festival that gets international
Take away
attention.
their
This is what they do for fun over there. They count mute swans. Think about that. Just think about that, and then raise your American flag high. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world, you know, but you can raise your flag high tonight, knowing that what we're doing for fun isn't going to count mute swans that the Queen owns.
Swans are mean. Have you ever
Swans
been
are
attacked
mean.
by the downtown ones?
Yeah, they're
I thought it
super
was the
jerky.
geese that were mean. Like,
Oh, they're geese.
Yeah,
That's
'cause the
right.
swans
Canadian
are super
geese are
chill.
mean too. I think swans are mean too. I think that's
They are.
I think it's a long neck water bird problem.
I
Yeah,
remember being
they're so
2-3
insecure.
years old, getting chased by ducks and swans and screaming for my life. I still don't like them.
Oh man, they're the worst.
Man,
Just
your
so everyone's
childhood
aware,
stories.
mute swans are a species of swan.
Yeah,
The name mute derives from it being less vocal.
you are.
So not actually mute.
You are doing a better job than Chandler.
This is good. So it's getting even more boring. They're not even counting rare mute ones. They're just the ones that aren't as loud. It gets lamer and lamer. Hey, English listeners, write me and prove that I'm wrong. That's what I'm saying. Like, I've tried. We had Lloyd on the the show for years,
Have you
and he was
been
yet to
there?
convince
Have
me.
you been there,
I will
Jesse?
say
Have you
this,
been
they
to
ha-
England?
His fine
I've been to
chocolates
Greece.
were
Wonderful
delicious.
Persona non grata.
Not allowed. Persona non grata. Persona non grata. I'm like, I have the philosophy that Ron Swanson did when he went to London, and he was doing like a historical tour. And it was this. History started in the year 1776.
London's a wonderful place. We love all of our British listeners.
They were
It is genuinely, I love it.
they had some pretty interesting feedback for the president. I mean, holy smokes, they are vocal. It was
Yeah, they don't
they
play.
did not play that
They're
big.
feisty. I mean,
Jesse's
they're,
next. They're going to make a balloon shaped like Jesse
Yeah,
they're
next.
trapped indoors all winter. It's always drizzly. They get feisty. They get a little stir crazy.
Yeah, they eat like eggs and beans for breakfast or
Curds
something.
and stuff.
Proper English,
Yeah.
cottage cheese and
Curds.
stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, what do you have, Annie?
It was interesting you brought up our friend Joy, our pregnant, married French friend Joy, because she actually sent me this slice.
Did
and she
she?
said, I think this.
That makes me so happy.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Little French
she
connection.
sent it to me after the France won the World Cup, which was the team I picked from the start. And I'll tell you why.
Really?
Because they play like they have a group text. They play like they're all buddies, and I love it. And then they won the World Cup. So this is from Joy to me, to you. There was an Australian ballet performance going on in Adelaide, and it got cut short by a rat. Are you ready? The whole audience and all the dancers were plunged into darkness because a rat crawled into one of the pieces of equipment and chewed a fuse and caused the entire ballet to go dark. And the dancers kept going because they didn't know what to do. And
Tell me they all just fell off the front of the stage. They can't see. They're just all leaping to their death one at a time.
slamming into each other.
You just hear
That's exactly right.
You hear
Yeah,
the
Can you
soft,
imagine? What do you do?
soft-
I know.
soft thud
They kept
of
going,
flesh.
and then eventually,
Yeah,
falling
you just
on
hear body
drums
after
and
body
like a
slamming into
horn
the
player.
band pit. Yeah.
she's in a tuba.
Help me! Make him stop! Turn on the lights. Someone say stop.
badly
injured here.
Stop the ballet! Ah!
Just
They
gentle,
just keep
soft
coming.
Whirling and jumping.
leap
Into the darkness.
so they were eventually stopped by management, and they got a
Management.
standing ovation. This is so beautiful. This little part, they got a standing ovation from an audience, and all the audience just used their phones and turned on their flashlights and made it like this little glowing room, and everyone gave him a standing ovation. And then the last line of the article, which Joy and I really love, says, "The rat, it is presumed, did not make it."
Yeah, because he
no
ate through a
kidding.
220 wire and is just completely scorched.
The first 4
right.
years of Relevant's existence, 2000 to 2004, we
Oh.
squatted in a free suite in the back of my parents' office building in Lake
Yeah.
Mary, Florida.
Yeah.
And regularly, I'd say twice a year,
Yeah, they have a squirrel problem.
the internet would go down or all the power to the building would go down.
Yeah.
Because, those power lines that kind of go to a building, and then there's like a transformer, and then the line goes into the building.
Yeah.
Squirrels would go onto that and get
yeah.
electrocuted and take the transformer
That's
down,
right, outta here.
and all the power to the building would go out.
Oh, yeah.
Because they had all these like dying squirrels.
You could see the squirrel.
Fried squirrels. Yeah. It happened at my house too. When growing up, we had like this is such a Georgia story.
No
Y'all are
kidding.
gonna-
Go Gators.
I was going to say, well, when there's a new governor's race in Georgia, one of the top issues they talk about is the squirrel infestation problem, the state squirrel problem. They have whole debates about it.
Yeah. Whenever people get fired from their job, we call it like running the squirrel up the pole. That's what happened. It just fried everything. That's what happened. So that's, it used to happen all the time at my house. I'm so embarrassed to tell the story, but we had a electric pole, and squirrels kept getting fried on the electric pole, and it would take out the power across my parents' house and my grandparents' house, because we all lived on one piece of land.
Maybe
This
we
is
can
getting-
clip that off for the next time you and I have a Florida Georgia back and forth. Because
Whenever I drive through the state of Georgia,
Fair.
all I see on the side of the road, soft boiled peanuts.
yeah,
And fried squirrel
Yes.
skin.
and that smell.
Oh yeah.
Man, do you love boiled peanuts
No,
though?
that's
Cameron,
disgusting.
boiled peanuts are the
It's disgusting.
You smell it and you're like, this is going to be so good. And then you're like, I see a warm, watery peanut.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
best. It is so
A
good.
wet peanut.
Perfect.
Yeah. You know what's slightly less satisfying than a peanut? A wet one.
Throughout the summer, when I leave church, they have like little treats. They do little ice creams or whatever. And 2 weeks ago, they had a sweet tea and soft boiled peanuts. As if people can grab a little soft boiled peanut on the way to the car.
Yeah.
And not Chandler, my son Cohen was like, "Oh, I want to try that."
Oh boy! You guys, by the way, haven't gotten your 23andMe back yet, so there's a lot of question marks still.
No, so he wanted to try it. And I hate soft boiled peanuts. I was like, "Sure, there you go, try it." And he also finds them quite disgusting.
"Ugh."
Yeah, it's
Why
like-
would they take a?
They just taste like warm water, like hot dog water vomit things. Like, they're nasty.
Peanuts.
No,
Peanuts
you
at a
stop it.
baseball game.
You are not doing right by boiled peanuts. They are so
Bold.
much better than that. They're salty, and they're because you probably ate them
okay.
wrong.
What do you
Cameron
do?
is what
Well,
y'all
you-
did. Did you open it with your
Yeah,
hands
you're
and
supposed
just
to
get
suck
the
on
peanuts
it,
out?
get all the juice out.
Yeah. You're doing it super wrong. You put the whole thing in your mouth.
Hey, you find your where one of your teeth was, and you stick the peanut right there and just start sucking on it.
You suck on.
You slide it right into your
You
tooth hole.
suck on the rest of the day like a straw.
Kick back, goat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
I grew up with goats, Eddie. Did you know that?
I picture that's the part of the country where getting dressed up is a novelty T-shirt that you tuck. Like that's getting fancy. That's getting fancy.
Listen, here's the thing about bull peanuts. I want everybody to try them. And here's the trick. You need to look at what they're cooking them in, because the dirtier and older the container looks, the pot looks, the better the bull peanuts are going to be.
You eat the shell? That's...
Yeah, you don't eat it, but you put it in your mouth and you suck it, and then you open and get all the salt water out, and then you open it in your mouth
sanitary?
And you eat the peanuts,
Are
and
you
then you
sick
spit out the shell.
afterwards?
It's a lot of juice. That's a lot of like.
I mean, you get sick after eating anything if you eat too much.
Well,
of
you
it.
get sick out of eating
You
anything that's
definitely
filthy.
get dysentery.
Worst
but,
rationale. I mean, I can't. That is, it gets.
No. If you walk into a gas station and it's in a crock pot, they're not going to be very good. But if they've got one of those big old black pots that are sitting outside on like wood, eat it.
Yeah.
Can I just say this, Annie? I've learned this lesson the hard way. Don't eat anything out of a gas station crock pot. It's just a rule. It's a lesson you only learn once in life, and you just steer clear.
People are going to come to my defense on this. I feel good about it. I feel good that the internet is going to rally
About
with
boiled
me.
peanuts?
That bull peanuts from a nasty pot are the best ones.
I don't go to gas stations that have homemade goods with like hand drawn price tags on things. I've just made that a rule too. I don't feel like that's a reputable
from
place.
Florida into Georgia, all of them have like their truck stop ones are big. They all have gift shops with like little alligator heads. They got soft boiled peanuts.
Yeah, I drove all of Georgia yesterday, and that's all it is, over and over again. We drove from Kentucky to Orlando yesterday, and it's just nothing but bull peanuts.
Yeah, I need you to stop calling them soft boiled peanuts, because they're just
well. That also isn't a word. So if we're going to talk about my words, BOOULED also isn't a word. Bull. Bull.
That's
what do you have, Eddie?
Boiled is not correct.
I got to turn my phone back on. A squirrel jumped on it. Let me get started. So listen. That's right. So I've had this like weird fear my whole life. And here, it comes from a very specific memory. And I know it sounds like I'm teeing up for a joke, but I'm not. It's been a thing that's always bothered me. When I got super into Nirvana, and Nirvana was like my first band that it was like.
I thought that was Dave Matthews.
No, Dave was after.
Oh, okay.
Nirvana was the first, kind of that Nirvana Pearl Jam, that whole moment was like, oh, I see. I'm listening to my own music. My dad and I used to listen to a lot of music together. Like, so it was all like Beatles, Simon and Garfunkel, which I still.
Do you mean your dad, or do you mean Mr. Rogers?
That's a great point. I do mean Mr. Rogers. I do mean Fred Rogers.
He would watch Mr. Rogers and just put on some Simon Garfunkel in the background.
You're like, oh, thanks, Dad.
And boring Presbyterian hymns or whatever he listens to, recreational.
And my dad listened to Nirvana and was like, how could anyone like this? And I remember thinking, how could you not like it? It's just good music. And it turns out, and so I always had this thing where I thought, I don't want to get stuck in my music, because I realized my dad only listened to he had just this CD collection. That's all he listened to, never any new music. And I was always really like, I want to keep listening to new music.
A lot of people are like that though, and they don't realize it happens to them.
Right. But there is a study out that actually is talking about the fact that when you hit about 30, the whole machine stops unless you work really hard. And the study talks about, and they did a really full study. The results weren't surprising, but basically when you're hitting around 30ish, you start to, because of your season of life, because of career, family, just the fact that you're getting older, you're not a kid anymore, you start to get very nostalgic for that time. And so around 30, you really start leaning into the nostalgia.
Is that when the haircut stays the same too?
Well, but that's the thing. They're talking about generally you are in sort of a suspended time of whatever happened between about 17 and 25. And so in a recent view of they analyzed Spotify statistics, and they said that of all listeners of Spotify, the song Creep by Radiohead isn't even a song. It's just like an old song, and it's not like in the top. Amongst guys that are 38 years old, which is my age, it's like in the top 100 songs always, because it's just that song hit hard when we were in sort of our formative years. And so the study basically concludes with this idea, is that okay? And they're like, no, it's a wonderful way that, the study concludes with saying there is no real cognitive problem with it. It's a really healthy way to relive your past in a way that's not like, doing anything weird and like you're just but it's also, in order to break that, it's got to be a real conscious decision to move forward, which is why I've been really grateful for Relevant, because when all else fails and I listen back to the show, I'm like, oh, that was a good song. That was an interesting. The opening song has launched me into more bands than many other, mediums. But like, sometimes you guys will do like the wrap up of like the best 10 albums of the year. Yeah. And that's when I'm like, okay,
here we go.
Download all those, make sure you're only listening to that for the next couple of months. But I thought it was really interesting. And I was wondering if you all continue to, because we're all past at least 30, if you all continue to listen to and pursue new music hard, or if you're just...
I think Jesse and I are unique in the fact that professionally we have to.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm passionate about new music. I always care about what's next, what's emerging, what's buzzing. Yeah. With Relevant, like we're not interested in mass popularity. We're interested in what's emerging, so we're always trying to look down the road and around the corner. But I'm wired that way. I get bored easily and want new. I can't imagine. I mean, the people that like just like they hit a point, they popped it neutral, and they dress the same hairstyle, same music, forever. Like I have renovations going on in my house right now. Yeah, contractors listen to stuff from the 80s, and that's right. it. That's all they listen to. And I'm going, there are other stations. I
like to listen to or find new stuff, but there's definitely the classics of the things that I found, kind of like the first like cool bands that I liked when I was in my early adulthood life, like Grizzly Bear or something like that, where I listen to that and I'm like,
good one.
I'm like, oh, this is
the National.
I throw the National into the Office playlist for
but
jazz
mixed in with the newer things,
all the early 2000s shoegazing.
Yeah, I wonder, Eddie, if it's 17 to 24, or if when you make because 17 to whatever window that is when you make such a big life shift. I wonder if there's music attached to life
they
shift.
say it's fully connected to positive memories. Yeah. Like it has nothing to do with the fact that you're 20. It has to do with the fact that you're in a great year of college and, you like met some friends and went on a road trip. And they said, it releases like everything else. There is a dopamine attachment to when the bridge of a song hits. They like watched people's brains. And when it was like a song they knew, the dopamine would start to flow before like the moment of the song in anticipation. And so it really is just like how a drug works, just like how chocolate works. It really releases a chemical in your head that makes you feel that. But they said you got to work really hard to continue to have new music.
Do they feel that way when they go get the same haircut?
That's okay. It wasn't in the study, but I would imagine. Which is why, joking aside, I like almost never turn on. Like I won't turn on Dave Matthews a lot. We joke about it, but I'm like, I could get
be that guy
because you don't want to.
You don't want to.
I just don't want to listen. I just don't want to. I could get stuck in a loop of listening because I've always listened to a lot of music. I just don't want to get stuck in a loop of listening to those same 20 albums over and then never hear, which is why also Apple Music has been awesome because I can just tell it to play me new things and it will just do that.
Yeah, I mean, and their Apple Music's live show, Beats One's live show, like around dinner time is like charting now and new stuff, and it's a great discovery.
Yeah, pipeline. But I like push hard. I'm like, all right,
interesting.
All right, I'm listening.
Is there like why push hard? I mean, like, why is there like a fear? Like, were you surrounded by adults that were lame or like?
Well, yeah, I'm kind of back to that opening story. Like, I was like, I don't want to. Like, Nirvana was objectively really good music.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you don't work on expanding that muscle, you're gonna not think, oh, this
so
is
your dad's reaction was like, you made a conscious decision. I don't ever want to be like that.
Right. And it's like, I want to be able to still, I mean, there's still music that I just won't like. There's albums that I've heard recently. I'm like, that is not hitting with me like it is everyone else.
Sure.
But like the new Drake album, I know everybody loves it, but it just doesn't.
It's background music.
Yeah. It just doesn't get me like it does everyone else.
I think it's interesting that if you look at the iTunes charts right now, literally of the top 20 songs, 18 of them are Drake's songs from that album.
Yeah, it's just a taste thing, though. Yeah. If you're not into like trap or something like that, you're not going to like the Drake album. Like,
yeah,
you know
but
I
still keep pushing
love trap.
So anyhow,
all right, that'll do it for Slices. Stay tuned. Up next, Bo Burnham joins us. You're listening to Neon Feather. The song is Between You and Me, featuring Chris Kahn And at the beginning of the podcast, you heard Drake with In My Feelings, the clean version. Well, this week's show is brought to you by Samaritan Ministries. Samaritan Ministries is a healthcare sharing ministry with over 250,000 Christians that care for one another's needs, from broken bones to cancer, pregnancies to organ transplants, all without the use of insurance. In fact, when Samaritan Ministries members Eric and Kelly joined just before having their second baby, at first they were skeptical that their needs would even be met. The hospital bills totaled nearly $20,000. But when Eric and Kelly began receiving checks and notes from other members congratulating and praying for them, they said a sense of peace they didn't have with their first pregnancy came over them. Almost every trip to the mailbox had a new stack of letters from Christians they had never met, but who had come around their family in their time of joy and need to care for them financially, emotionally, and spiritually. Each month, Samaritan Ministries' growing biblical community shares $27 million in medical needs person to person. Yet the monthly share has never exceeded $495 for a family of any size and is even less for two-person and single-person households. To learn more about how you can be a part of this community of Christians helping each other with healthcare, visit SamaritanMinistries.org. Annie, you're a member, aren't you?
I am. I love it. It's great. I like that every month I know exactly who my money is going to and what their need is. I do think that's pretty cool.
And just to show how confident you are in it, you are a person who regularly eats boiled peanuts out of a very dirty crock pot in a gas station.
That's exactly. I am that sure that Samaritan Ministries friends will gather around me in my time of need. I will
She's doing
dirty
all kinds of stuff
peanuts.
to push the limits of what.
That's right. I'm riskier than I've ever been because I'm that sure of Samaritan Ministries.
Well, Bo Burnham is a popular author, filmmaker, musician, and stand-up comedian. His latest film is called 8th Grade, and it's about the anxieties of growing up in the era of social media. It's already being hailed as one of the best movies of the year. It currently holds a 99% on Rotten Tomatoes. The movie rolls out wide release this weekend. We recently talked to Bo about the movie and the real-world issues that inspired it. Here is Bo Burnham.
You've said before that this movie is in some ways about the internet, and I feel like a lot of things about the internet can be kind of cynical and dark, but this movie isn't really like that. It's kind of a slice of life just about this 8th grader.
Yeah, that was the hope, to just be descriptive, you know. When I feel like I see movies that talk about the internet and want to be like prescriptive or whatever, it's like the more you know about the internet, the more time you spend on the internet, the more confused you are by it. And my hope with the movie is definitely not to put judgment on it. It's not like she throws her phone into the ocean and then she's happy, you know. It's like I just wanted to sort of take inventory of the way it felt, and then, you know, the audience watching it can then discuss it or think about it after the fact. But yeah, I really wanted no judgment because, yeah, the internet is everything to me. I mean, the internet is good and bad and weird and strange, makes us, connects us, isolates us, stimulates us, numbs us, you know, all those things. So I wanted the movie to hopefully contain those things and not just be a TED Talk or something.
Right. Or an episode of Black Mirror.
Exactly, where it's like, I love Black Mirror, but it's like there's got to be another a way to talk about the internet that isn't just dystopian satire, you know, something a little more, unresolved, a human or something. Well, again, I really like Black Mirror, and I actually find Black Mirror very emotional and human, but
totally.
I didn't want to be satirical or ironic or any of that.
Yeah, when you say the internet is confusing, could you explain what you mean by that?
Well, I just mean it's very hard to talk about with any sort of authority, because the more you know about it, the less you're able to articulate about it, and it's just changing so rapidly, and it's so powerful, and it's so wide and deep that it's again, I just sort of feel like I'm in a position where all I kind of want to do is gather inventory of how it feels, and then maybe, you know, in 20 years we'll be able to look back and have a better but I can't get out of the forest. I can't get out of the trees to see the forest, you know, so right. I had no interest in making a movie that was a big overarching statement, but I wanted to make it sort of granular, emotional. The only thing I'm certain about with the internet is how I feel moment to moment, which is confused. So I'm only certain about my confusion, and that's sort of what I hope the movie does in a way.
Yeah. So let me piggyback off of your forest for the trees. Why then this particular tree? Because I feel like people would especially hear your name and see your name attached to it and think, oh, well, it would make sense to, frame this through someone in their 20s or someone older. Like, why a story about 8th grade?
I think the internet kind of makes 8th graders of us all, kind of, and we all kind of act 13 on the internet, and by actually following a 13-year-old, you can just kind of engage with it a little more honestly. And I don't know, at that age, you're just so open and vulnerable, and these things really, feelings register as more intense. Everything's just more extreme, and I wanted a movie that felt intense and visceral and sort of incredibly, like, intense moments out of very small things that aren't really that consequential. And that's sort of the story of 13, being 13, An average day is life and death for them. So I wanted to take sort of banal, regular experience and show how intense they can be. Because that's the story of really anxiety. Anxiety sort of overlays onto really mundane stuff and makes it almost unbearable.
Right. And I think there's something kind of, I don't know, like sneakily important there too about showing this through someone who doesn't know the world without the internet. I think there's still like...
Yeah, exactly. That it isn't, to her, it's not this other thing that came into her life to be processed. It integrates itself. So you don't need to state it. It's just a part of her. So, yeah, exactly. It didn't need to be treated as this outside force. It was just a part of her life.
Yeah, and you know what it does too? It kind of sheds an idealism. Like, I was barely born outside of the internet and remember like a small slice of my childhood that existed without it.
We must be around the same age, probably.
Yeah, I'm 24.
I think it's the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, I just remember like my parents pushing me to like play outside, and so I still kind of have that like weird thing in the back of my head where I'm scrolling through Twitter at the end of the day and being like, but there's something else that is quote unquote like the right decision, and this isn't that, and I think it's cool that like it's or important in a way that this movie kind of exists outside of that mindset almost.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, this movie's not her parent, you know what I mean?
Yes, yeah.
Like, her parent is in this movie, but the movie is, I mean, I don't see myself as, like, a person that's better than 8th graders and has more a sense of the world than 8th graders. For me, it was trying to explore my unresolved feelings. So it isn't like, this movie's not going to tell you what to do, or tell kids what to do, or tell you as adults how to feel. It's just going to say, like, this is what it is. And then, it was my job to just try to be as honest as possible and authentic as possible.
Yeah. Did you find yourself kind of having to like check your feelings about it at the door? Like, is there a version of this movie that is like really kind of delivering a message about the internet, or was there at one point?
No, not checking. No, I didn't check my feelings. My feelings are just that. My feelings are conflicted, and my feelings aren't clear. So, but again, it was trying to explore feeling, not explore personal feeling, not explore outside feeling. This wasn't my feelings about a generation or my feelings about all of technology. It was my personal feelings about my relationship to myself in every moment through this kid. And so that was the point, just to keep it personal, not to make it feel like it's doing some overarching big cultural social statements.
Got it. That makes sense. So, but what doesn't make sense is, I think, then if it's so personal, what made it right to do that through an 8th grader? Why was that such a natural thing to communicate all these personal ideas through an experience that is really other and different from your own, at least from like a demographic level? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, I found that I've connected most personally with movies that I don't align with demographically. It's not very exciting for me to see myself in a 27-year-old guy. But also, yeah, I mean, that's the sort of beauty of art to me, is to be able to see that there are common experiences and feelings in other people that don't demographically align with you, and that deeper ideas and feelings are things we all share. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I tried writing the 27-year-old guy version of certain stories. I was just so bored with it, like so bored. So, yeah.
Was it just boring because you wanted the difference?
Who cares? I mean, I didn't care about him. I didn't care about him or what his feelings. Like, I don't know. It wasn't exciting when it was a kid. It was like exciting and visceral and meaningful. And when it was like a 27-year-old, it just felt like a bummer, and the guy was, I don't know, it just didn't make sense. It's really my first answer to it of the eighth, like the anxiety makes me feel like a 13-year-old. It's a truer version of myself than myself. It's a better version of it. The internet makes us look like 13-year-olds. I just think I wanted to talk about the current moment and what it felt like, and she was the best way to talk about it. Better and the freshest way. I feel like I'd seen this sort of, I wasn't going to want to do like some, depressed or anxious 27-year-old guy living with his parents. And it was just like, there was nothing exciting about that for me.
Yeah. Okay. I gotcha. Something that kind of occurred to me as I was preparing for this and preparing to talk to you is, your career, has been adjacent and involved with the internet from pretty much like now all the way back from the very beginning. And I'm wondering if you have always kind of felt this way, or you have seen your relationship to the internet and your feelings about it change over that time.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely change. I definitely I'm not as a 27-year-old feeling the same way I felt when I was 16. And so much, some of that's probably because of the way the internet changed, but most of it's probably the way I just changed personally as a person. But it's definitely evolved.
How has it changed, do you think? Like, did these sort of similar, this is kind of a weird term when it hits my brain, but like, I guess performance anxiety in relation to the internet, was that occurring to you when you were a teenager, or is that something that's
I don't think the internet asked as deep questions of us when I was that age, Okay. It was like, make a MySpace, make a Facebook page, make a funny little website, or post a funny little video about yourself. And now it's Twitter and Instagram, which are literally, what do you look like? What do you think? What do you look like? What do you think? Like base questions that are very deep and weird and strange. So I think the internet's gotten more personal. I think the internet's gotten deeper and more like primal in what it asks of people emotionally. So I think that's definitely changed. It used to be like a fun little talent show / bulletin board, and now it's like some weird emotional matrix or something. So yeah, I think it's gotten weirder and deeper.
Yeah, and I think that's where we've, seen the good and bad is that, like social media can raise tons of money for, to fight injustice, but also be super toxic and, hellish.
Right. It gives voice and visibility to people that didn't have it before. And it also, it's also set the culture on fire. It's like the printing press. You can make The Great Gatsby or Mein Kampf. Like, truly, it's just a chaotic, neutral sort of thing that can be used for whatever, but it's just powerful. That's all it is. It's powerful, and it can be powerfully sad, powerfully good, any of that.
Bo, really appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Tyler. Thank you. Thanks for the time.
Yeah, you bet. Congrats on a great movie.
Appreciate it. Thanks, man. Talk soon. Thank you.
That was Bo Burnham. Up next, stay tuned. It's our Listener of the Week.
Only 17, yeah. You were lying next to me, yeah. I just wanted you to know that I was young and in control, yeah. Everything was easier. Never knew what feelings were, yeah. To be just make believe, yeah. Now I'm faded in the corner. Yeah.
You're listening to No Rome. The song is 17. Okay, it is time for...
You listen to the show, and it's time to get to know you. It's the Listener of the Week.
All right, this week's Listener of the Week is Daly Nettles Jones. Welcome to the show, Daly.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me.
Daly.
Where are you calling us from?
I am at work in Denver, Colorado.
Ooh, what do you do in Denver? This is Eddie. It's nice to meet you.
Hey, Eddie.
Denver. Well, hold on. Before you ask that, Daly, I have to say, you sent us 3 facts. We can talk about 2 of them, but the employment one I am fascinated by, and I feel like this could be a whole segment. Reveal interesting fact number one and tell Eddie what you do for a living there in Denver.
I am a brain surgeon for mice.
She's a neurosurgeon for mice.
Mice?
Yeah, it's
like
for mice. Useful. Yes, rodents.
Why?
So I am in research in neuroscience. So I get to be a surgeon without going to medical school, basically.
What about rats that chew through wires?
You're being humble. We see it written here.
But you're being humble.
I will
read it. You're being Haley. Yeah. Okay. You're not just a neurosurgeon for mice. Eddie, this is what she's doing. She's researching mind reading with computer interfaces. Okay.
Are you even real? Are you a computer?
I'm not a computer. I'm actually super bad at computer coding, which is a lot of what it takes to make brain-computer interfaces work. So I kind of do the hands-on side and the surgical side of things, and I kind of let other people do the computer side. But it's legit. It's a real thing.
He's for sure a
I
computer.
have an unbelievable amount of questions.
Okay, Animaniacs.
I have so many questions.
Yes,
I have so many questions.
That's her office.
How do they train you? Do they just give you a dozen mice and they're like, you'll get it by 12? I mean, how do you...
Yeah, basically.
You just keep popping open mice?
There's actually a lot of training. So,
that's good.
I want to say we treat mice super well. Like, there is so much red tape to research. So they're kind of living their best life in a lot of ways. They have a lot of food all the time. We specifically train them on motor tasks. So we're giving them a lot of treats and stuff. And so you just got to make sure that they don't start to feel like your pets, because sometimes it's like, wow, this is really adorable, but I can't take them home. Yeah.
Okay, Daly, I have a question for you. How deep is this? I didn't even know this field of research existed. If you were to tell me right now that there's a lab in Denver where neurosurgeons are attaching mice brains to computers, I would say that's like an awesome episode of Black Mirror.
Oh,
how deep are we? What can these mice brains do? What do we know?
Yeah, so basically there's two sides to this. One is we want to understand how to use brain-computer interfaces to help people. So specifically something you might have heard of is folks with Parkinson's disease sometimes are able to receive deep brain stimulation, and it's basically like a pacemaker for your brain. So sometimes it will help people who have tremors. So that's kind of one side of the research.
Well, let me ask you this, Daly. Those are all very admirable, I think incredibly important uses of this technology. From what you've observed with these mice, how long are we away from me sitting on the couch and turning on the TV
and as a follow-up, how
with my mind
soon,
power?
when we're also sitting on the couch, can I have like a remote-controlled mouse? I'm not sure which way your technology is going.
Yeah, I either want to know when am I going to get a mouse that I control with my mind, or when can I control the TV with my mind?
So I would estimate the TV controlling as maybe a couple of years out.
Whoa.
Probably.
A couple of years? I thought you'd say never.
A couple of years.
Yeah,
cool.
so
a couple years? Or are you for real? So you were not that long away where I'm thinking about a show and I can turn it on.
But
that's really cool.
It's
cool?
still very complicated, and right now we're trying to start at the basics. Like we want to let people control like prosthetic limbs with cool. just thinking about it. So that's kind of another direct application.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you being able to control your television with your mind, Jesse. That's probably true.
Well, okay, two other facts. She, in high school, Daly once sewed a life-size sock monkey costume for a Halloween party at a local venue. Like, think of the Kia commercial from 2010. The only problem was she forgot to add any holes to see or breathe out of the giant sock monkey head that weighed 20 pounds. What happened?
Yeah, so I just had to go for it because I knew I was just going to have the best time of my life. I had always wanted to be like a high school mascot, but I knew I didn't have the dancing skills to try out for that. So I was like, okay, this is my one chance. I'm going to go be the sock monkey. And basically I had to have friends hold my hand. And it was kind of adorable because I had, these like white sock mittens on my hand, and they're just like, oh, it's just the big sock monkey. But yeah, it was kind of hard to breathe. So I ended up having to just like dance and try not to, bump into people too much. And but yeah, I could not see a thing.
I would love it if she shows up to a Halloween party as a mouse, and everybody's like,
but it's a mouse with like the brain split open.
Just like, oh, good one, she's a mouse. Oh, I see.
Right.
So, Daly, your parents, your third fact is it sounds like basically the plot of what I see as like a funny Will Ferrell, Amy Poehler comedy. Are you guys picturing this too? They're technically empty nesters now, but her mom has turned their home into a concert venue called Sunstroke House Music.
That does sound awesome.
Your parents sound awesome, Daly. Tell us about what is your old bedroom like a DJ booth now?
Basically, yeah. So anytime I want to come home, I'm like, hey, Mom, I'm just, I'm planning to come home this weekend, just making sure there's not, like a bass player that's also going to be staying in my room. So,
but listen, this is how she describes it. It includes lights, AV equipment, full course dinners before the shows. The musicians stay in guest rooms like an Airbnb, and she her mom even had her favorite podcast, TBTL, host a live show from their living room. And then she says, even though it's a small Mississippi town, most musicians are indie artists, and they usually only book those with less than 50,000 Spotify listeners. Isn't that cool?
Wow.
Yeah. She's a patron of the arts. I love
That's
it.
actually super cool.
Yeah, that's super cool.
But
it's incredible.
Mice.
But the mice.
Still, I can't.
So is it going to be like a mice army that we can raise up and control? Is it?
Probably not.
Okay, that's good.
I am rarely speechless.
I know. It's like,
it is hard.
I know.
I have so much going through my head right now. Like I said, I didn't know this research was even happening, much less you're telling me we're a couple years away
Cameron,
from
you really
mind
judged Jesse
controlling
for wanting
things.
that one. I actually think that would be a dream for you.
Yeah, it just exists.
Think of a show
to
and
me,
it come on.
the more, I don't know, it's not morality. I think what they're doing, like being able to control prosthetics and things like that is amazing.
Yeah.
But in the wrong hands, mind reading, she literally describes as basically researching mind reading with brain computer interfaces. I just feel like there's a lot of moral grayness that the wrong motives could exploit, maybe,
Oh, sure. I was just going to say the nice thing about this to make you guys feel a little bit more at ease is this type of research is very invasive to get really any information out of the brain. So I couldn't just like bring a device and like read your mind from across the room. So like just make sure no one's like sneaking anything into your head while you're asleep and you'll be fine.
Nobody was thinking about that, Daly.
Yeah.
All right. Listen.
The fact that you're saying it, Daly, makes me think you have that device with you right now. No, Daly, I'll say this. I don't know if you guys are at the stage for human testing or looking for volunteers. My mind is yours. The fact that you can already do this with mice, I feel like
Daly,
I can trust you.
Before we end this call and then talk about you for 45 minutes,
Oh gosh.
I just want to pick your brain on something real
literally.
quick. Thank you. How long have you been listening to the show?
I think since about 2015. I remember the first episode I listened to was an interview with Mute Math because they're my all-time favorite band. So I listened to that and I was like, all right, I'm hooked. You guys are my friends now. So glad we got to meet finally.
That's incredible.
That's awesome.
Well, thank you for listening to the podcast. That's all I wanted to say. You thought it was a joke. I just thought it was really sweet of her.
It's like, I thought you were teeing up something.
Nice.
We always hang up on these and I forget to say, oh, thank you for being a listener of the week.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you for doing that and being awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you are a delightful human being. You are also a monster. And I don't know how to reconcile my feelings about you.
Yeah, we are afraid of you.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, Daly. That's Daly Nettles Jones, our listener of the week. Bye.
Daly,
Bye, thank you guys.
You can think hang up now. It'll work.
Bye, Daly.
Wow. Set a high bar for future listener of the week.
I'm kind of okay with exiting. I feel like that was the weirdest thing I've heard.
A little Black Mirror action happening.
I'm going to go away from.
I love it. I'm going to be. I'm going to be preoccupied the whole day thinking about this. I'm going to go down like a deep rabbit hole tonight, learning about all these.
That's all it took for you to do a weird rabbit hole all night.
I am really
surgery on mice. I just don't. That's
awesome.
so tiny.
It's so tiny.
That's just so tiny.
Little mice.
tiny.
Does she use lasers? Does she use?
I do like that she said it's very intrusive. I was like,
yeah,
we know
because it is brain surgery.
Oh my goodness!
It is a brain.
Wow. It's like that game
Daily,
Operation.
I'm telling you, I don't want her to know my address.
Little tiny tweezers trying to get that little tiny funny bone out of the operation guy.
That's
what I was picturing the whole time. Cameron is like a mouse-sized operation guy.
I pictured she's sitting there talking to us, and there's just like 3 little mice on her desk, just like looking at her, waiting, and they're just like got no little heads.
Like you know how she dialed the Skype number. She just had the mouse do it.
Yeah.
She asked the mouse.
All relevant, and the mice just looks at
when we use our
computer.
computers, we use a mouse.
Oh,
so does she.
Now that is a regret.
We've been using mice on computers for years.
We didn't know what Steve Jobs was trying to do.
It is a real regret that we did not come up with that while she was on the phone, because that is as
right. What if actually all she does is changes batteries?
I control my computer with a mouse too. I don't care.
That is a really great joke.
Yeah. What if like what Annie just said? She's just changing batteries on like.
She just changes batteries at like a Dell Super Center and tells us that she's doing brain surgery.
Congratulations, madam. You got on the show. So we don't just.
Everyone always spins their facts anyway. So she spun it right into our web.
But here's the thing. Like I don't doubt she seems like an honest person. But if someone was like, yeah, I work for the time travel lab at the NASA offices in Arlington, I'd be like, oh, cool, man. I didn't know that.
We don't know if you're lying.
Right.
So
this is like a live now. Listener of the week is becoming like a lie detector test on our ability to check whether people tell us the truth.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Well, there you go.
Well, we just wrecked
Well,
it.
if you want to be a future listener of the week, send 3 true facts about yourself to us.
True. Just tell
via
us the
Twitter
truth.
at Relevant Podcast, and we will pick one for next week's show. Hey, and thanks for listening, everyone. Hey, on that note, we'll wrap things up. Many thanks to Samaritan Ministries for making the episode possible. To learn more about how you can be a part of this community of Christians helping each other with healthcare, visit SamaritanMinistries.org. Also, thanks to Bo Burnham for joining us. His new film, 8th Grade, is opening wide today. You can follow him on Twitter at Bo Burnham.
I'm sorry. I think you got his Twitter handle wrong. I think it's Bob Burnham.
Oh my God.
It's all one word, so I don't know, Cameron, to be fair.
He was up at 4 a.m.
He could have chosen
on
the
a
Twitter
piece of
handle
paper.
Bob Burnham.
Don't forget.
I mean, the pause.
We don't know.
Well, we all
thought he was.
We don't
Gosh,
know
that
what the
was
Twitter
terrible.
handle is. We know it's spelled.
It's Bob.
But I don't know,
I thought
Cameron.
that was
Do you?
an edit point.
It's not.
Nope, that was
Totally, we all did. That was
Jesse.
brilliant.
Bob Burnham.
Jesse.
Follow him at Bob Burnham, it says here. Bo Burnham. I don't know why I picked that. At Bob
Do you have
Burnham.
when you have
Twitter.
to like use an email address to like log into something or whatever, and you know it's going to spam you? Do you use a fake one or a real?
Fake.
Fake. What's yours? What's your go-to?
Oh, I don't actually have. It's like usually random. I don't have like a go-to. You
He
have
doesn't
one?
want to tell you. He just doesn't want to tell
Bob
you.
at bob.com.
Jasper
Bob at
Cunningham
bob.com works every
at
time. And if there's
Comcast.
whoever owns bob.com, I really apologize, buddy.
Yeah, and it's
all my spam is going to you.
because it's Bob.
Yeah.
and he is not appreciated.
Bob Burnham at bob.com. There you go.
Bo Burnham, you follow me? At Bob Burnham.
That was
Thanks for
quite
the
a
show, Bo.
joke, Jess.
All right. Hey, the new issue of Relevant featuring Leon Bridges on the cover is out now. Go check it out at relevantmagazine.com. It's available at newsstands nationwide as well. And you can subscribe now at relevantmagazine.com. There's a good deal going on.
I saw one out in Kentucky. I was going to take a picture and forgot, but I was in a bookstore.
Out in the wild.
I always feel very proud of you guys.
Oh.
I have nothing to do with it, so I'm so proud. Good job, dudes.
Hey.
Hey,
For a few weeks. I mean,
Yeah.
again, it's
Yes,
not goodbye.
yes.
It's see you soon.
that's right. Yeah,
There
I'll see
you
you in
go.
a bit.
Yeah,
Well, on that note, we'll wrap things up.
Are we? I'm assuming we're ending on the Boys
Yeah,
to Men.
or
So hard to say
cats.
goodbye
I
to
assume it'll be
yesterday.
cats.
Queued up.
Yeah,
Great
it's,
dance.
it's whatever you want
Hey,
to
it's
do.
whatever you want, Eddie.
Yeah, Eddie, for the first time ever, you get to pick the outro song. What's your choice?
I choose.
If it's Dave Matthews
I
Band, you're
choose
never
the
welcome
final
back.
stanza of Mr. Mistopheles from Cats. Play it on Relevant. I don't care about this.
I'm Cameron Strang.
I was Eddie Koffoltz.
Chandler String.
I'm Jesse Carey.
I'm Annie F. Downs.
We'll see you on Wednesday.
Thank you for listening to the Relevant Podcast. If you like what you heard, be sure to leave us a review on iTunes. Check out other shows from the Relevant Podcast Network in the podcast section at relevantmagazine.com. And while you're there, browse exclusive podcast merchandise at our online store. Make sure to subscribe to Relevant Magazine. Info is available at relevantmagazine.com/subscribe.
I give you the magical Mr. Mistopoli.
I'm badly injured here. Stop the ballet! Ah!
Relevant Podcast Network.
Time is precious, and so are our pets. So time with our pets is extra precious. That's why we started Dutch. Dutch provides 24/7 access to licensed vets with unlimited virtual visits and follow-ups for up to 5 pets. You can message a vet at any time and schedule a video visit the same day. Our vets can even prescribe medication for many ailments, and shipping is always free. With Dutch, you'll get more time with your pets and year-round peace of mind when it comes to their vet care. Go to Dutch.com to get vet care that is always there for just $92 a year.